Welcome back to the AFCON Daily here on Citi TV. So Ghana's Black Stars, believe it or not, have emerged top of Group F after beating Guinea Bissau by 2-0. Sumptuous goal scored by Jordan Ayew, and then of course a really well-worked team goal. Andrea Ayew supplying that sumptuous reverse pass, and then the ball was swept into the path of Thomas Partey. He was left with the easy bits to complete that one. 2-0 is how it ended there. My guys are still in studio with me, Nathan Kwao and Jesse Kofi Amponsa. Nathan,
finally we can be happy wearing this.
Yeah, finally.
It was
finally.
The second half was it.
Did we not talk about Partey being released?
Yeah, but we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
But
don't worry, but it's just a question.
I think
just for a question for people to chew on.
I think that the last 5 minutes of the first half kind of set the tempo for the second half, and I like the energy with which the team played. But I think for me the most telling part about the half was the timing of the first goal, because you really didn't want Guinea Bissau to settle and crystallize their shape and become difficult to beat. Very early, Jordan Ayew scored, and I think that it was a very important
individual goal.
Very, very important goal. Important in value, timing, but important because I think that it tells you, it encapsulates the journey Jordan Ayew has been on as a player. We've rightfully criticized him for some of his performances, but I kept saying after AFCON 2017 that if there was one player who could leave the tournament knowing that he had given everything, it was Jordan Ayew. And I think between then and now, he has improved, because unanimously across the board, when we played Benin, he was virtually our best player. In that second game, he tried his bit. Look at the goal he scored. And I think the goal kind of tells us everything about Jordan Ayew. The ability to take on a player, the belief that he can succeed, and the fact that he could actually calm himself down to finish.
The technique to finish.
Yes, that was a very, very good finish.
And where did he come from? He came from the flanks. You saw where, he took the ball to.
Which has always been his favorite position.
So when some of us say that Jordan Ayew enjoys, he enjoys being given space to operate. And once you give him that space, because of his ability to take on players, once he takes you on, and look at how he took the ball, the goal. I mean,
that's really good. Just open himself.
Top notch. And where
the two goals he has scored in this competition are two very good goals.
Very, very good
goals. Very
let's, Jesse, your three most standout takeaways from this game.
Release Partey. First one. Because obviously the moment Akwa came in, that defensive duties or that, cover that he has to give together with Wakasu, obviously he abandoned that position.
Reminds you of Roberto Mancini and the trick he used to pull every time Man City were in trouble. As they were chasing their first ever Premier League title. Every time they were in a fix, he throws on Nigel de Jong, liberates Yaya Toure.
So clearly, I mean, we have been calling for this liberation. And finally, that liberation came and Partey had a goal. But again, we stopped throwing in those long balls, those fruitless long balls, with the exception of the one that got through. We started passing, we started moving, players started moving into empty spaces and beginning to pick passes. There was a lot of movement, and for me, I think that was the second. And the moment we got into our groove, what Ghana knows how to do, we are not noted for ballooning balls. We are not noted for it. We are noted for putting the ball on the ground and making the ball work, and making players move into empty spaces and picking passes. That's what we know how to do. And the moment we settled and started doing that, we created a second goal. You understand? For me, I think that these are, some of the pointers that I pick, going forward. But again, the third one is this. I think that back four doesn't look convincing. But because look, in the first half, if it had been any other country apart from Guinea-Bissau, they would have punished us. Because you see, in the first half, we kept on ballooning the balls.
Giving the ball back under no pressure, literally.
So we've got to watch that. And for me, Kwesi Appiah must begin to think a lot around this liberation of Partey. He must begin to think about it. If, for him, what will amount to Partey being released is playing Akwa alongside Wakasu, let's do that. But that would also mean that you are playing two of your DMs So that if all of them should have yellow cards, you will have a problem. So there's a need to really, really think around what Kwesi Appiah wants to do. Somebody was telling me that I should give him credit, but bottom line is that he's won the game. He was the one on the touchline. Whatever it is, he made the substitutions.
If he had failed, would have
gone for him.
So credit to him for winning this particular one. But I think the major lesson is this, that it clearly shows that pundits in Ghana just don't talk. Fans in Ghana just don't call for certain things.
Yep.
And there's a need for coaches to pay attention to them. Like I said, look, Kamara just listened after the backlash, and we saw what the Ivorians did. So I think that it's got to a point where, look, coaches must take sentiments, feedback that comes from, the populace and begin to work with it.
You could find some very interesting ideas from what people say.
Not even sometimes the general populace, but I think that if he has a good backroom staff, there are things that the backroom staff will share with him, which is part of what the general feel of the nation is like. But guys,
and again, quickly, this business about causing free kicks around the penalty box,
we'll have to watch it.
And I think Ghana is looking like a very indisciplined team. See,
if you ask me, I don't think we've been properly tested in any of the games.
You see, but
the point is that today,
you have had one person having a red card, and then Kasim Nuhu goes on suspension.
Yep.
So,
and those were even minor tests.
And today, Edu got a yellow card.
They are cutting centrally. You have your left back drawn to the ball, John Boy is drawn to the ball, Joseph Edu is drawn to the ball, and they just had to take poor timing or some unlucky thing to deny the Bissau Guineans of a goal. But that was some great work there. Great work. Then if you go back to the sequence, you have Andrea, and that was a fantastic pass. You have to give him credit.
Reverse.
He finds Babaraman, and that starts everything. Once he finds Babaraman, it's a matter of having Thomas Partey bust along
guys,
and get there.
I'll say this again. Look, Babaraman has not covered himself in any glory defensively, but this is literally what makes Babaraman better than Lumo.
Yeah, going forward.
Lumo will defend properly, but he looks literally scared to bomb forward.
Yeah, but again, for Partey to have that vision to follow through,
he had been liberated.
Yeah, the point, now he knew that.
Like you're saying, he had been liberated.
Yeah, he knew that he had cover.
Exactly.
Once he felt he had cover, he would go for it. And I thought that if you look at the passing sequence, Wakaso to find Andrea Ayew to release Babaraman, and for Thomas Partey to actually read the move and follow, it was good. What we call off all the time is to get players to show what they can do. Now they have Thomas Partey. He wants to run up and down. He wants to feel happy. He wants to feel okay. I agree. He hasn't had the best of tournaments. Maybe it could just happen. Maybe it could just be that he's not being deployed where he wants.
Let's go through a few of the numbers from that game there. So full-time statistics there for you. 44% of the possession to Guinea-Bissau, 56 for Ghana, 2 yellow cards to Guinea-Bissau, 1 for Ghana, 21 fouls committed by Guinea-Bissau. This is literally among the highest I've seen in the competition. 23 for the Black Stars, no offside for Guinea-Bissau, 2 for Ghana, and 3 corners apiece for both sides. 17 shots for the Black Stars, 7 on target. 8 shots for Guinea-Bissau, 4 on target. So that's a 50% efficiency record. Yeah. They were not that bad on the day. But guys, so we'll get into the table there in a bit, Group F, and what exactly it's looking like. If we can literally bring the table a little closer, just so we can zone in on the action. So there you have it there, as it stands now. Yes, so Ghana in Group F, they're top of the table. They have 5 points so far. And then you have Cameroon also second on the table on 5 points, but both teams separated by goal difference. Benin managed to pick up themselves, held their own against Cameroon.
Got 3 draws.
Got three draws in the process. Let's see where that takes them. That looks like they might probably not make it as one of the third best placed teams. 3 draws, how? Guinea-Bissau, on the other hand, managed to pick up a lone point in the competition, so they will not be too impressed. But for those of you who want to be updated on the AFCON 2019, head on to citisportsonline.com. We have the latest there, the match reports, the player ratings, and everything AFCON 2019 at citisportsonline.com. If you are missing Sports Panorama, you can even literally just scroll down and go and enjoy yourself with the podcast out there. But guys, I cannot wrap up this Ghana presentation without speaking about Richard Ofori. He has been immense between the sticks for Ghana.
I mean, in that initial game, he was very nervous, very jittery. But I think once he overcame the nerves, he showed his quality. Again, if you look at some of the saves he's done, the saves have been made essentially by the seeds of good goalkeeping. If you look at the save he pulled off against Basogog, his feet, and the footwork is important as a goalkeeper. A lot of people don't know this, but how you move your feet carry your body. Sure. Your hands are just an extension. So I think how he moved his feet to save Basogog was good. But how he moved his feet to save today's free kick was even better. Now, from distance, the ball has to be hit with a lot of pace. So he already needs to judge the flight and move accordingly and stick a hand out. And I thought that it was fantastic goalkeeping from him. I think he will get better. But I think it's a good reminder of what playing consistently and playing in a good league will do for you. He's Maritzburg #1. And the consequence of playing all these games is that he's sharper.
I get the sense that after this competition, you have more suitors.
Yes, and I think he just needs to keep performing well in the subsequent games.
Well, Jesse, to wrap it up for us, I mean, as a head coach, Kwesi Appiah, like we're praising him, made the right decisions. What should he take away from this game as a manager in terms of lessons that he could possibly look to replicate?
Liberate Partey, that's all. That's very simple. He should liberate Partey, that's all.
Liberate his best player on the pitch.
That's it. Liberate your best player on the pitch and he will do wonders for you.
Does this result change your mindset on what Ghana can do in this competition going forward?
You see, I have never denied the fact that Ghana has one of the best collection of players. See, yes, our players may not be playing the regular football that the Asians and all those things were doing. But if they are well deployed by the coach, we have a good team that can go far. You understand? So for me, I think that there's no denying the fact that, look, Ghana has some good players in that setup. And the collection, see, always you don't need to have individually gifted players. There are certain times that you might have one or two.
You don't need to have a superstar team to win a competition.
You might have one or two good individual players. But when you are able to knit them well in the form of a team and they understand each other, you are able to go places with it.
Nathan, Guinea Bissau, 3 games, 3 draws. Debutants at the AFCON.
Yeah, 2 draws and a loss.
Actually,
I think 2 losses rather.
Two losses and a draw.
And a draw.
I mean, are there any positives on it? At one point, I saw somebody turn to his religion. He was trying to say a few incantations on the bed, trying to get some divine intervention on his side.
No, that clearly wasn't going to help. I think that the lessons they can take, the first thing they need to tell themselves is that if they can make it to one AFCON, they can come to another one. I think they don't need to be too downcast. It was always going to be tough. And if you've got top teams in your group and they decide to play and wake up, you won't have problems. Today, what they showed all of us was that they are a very decent side. They are a very okay side. But you can tell that they lack quality in certain areas. And the coaching will have to improve. I thought that after the first half, they'll be a bit more solid. They were easy to break down, especially looking at the Jordan Ayew goal. And then they got done by the great passing sequences. So they'll have to get better coached. I'm sure they will still rely on a lot of these players who are playing in Portugal and all over Europe. But bottom line, like I said, if they've made it to one, they can surely come back. They would have learned their lessons. And the biggest lesson they need to learn is that if you don't have enough quality to play at this level, when the opponent decides to wake up, you will be found wanting. And today you could tell that they were found wanting. I think that the best performance they put up was against Benin. Because I thought that they fancied their chances and they played some open football. But today you could see that they backed off a bit. They tried playing on the counter. And just when they got done, by that first goal, it really couldn't come together again. And that second goal killed them off.
But we have to talk about Benin. See, I think that they've carried themselves very well. To have drawn with Cameroon.
Play out a draw with Ghana as well.
I mean, and Ghana, they considered 2 goals and they managed to score 2 against Ghana. Clearly, I think that this is a team that has their best player literally aging. You know, and for them to have come good like that, to draw with Cameroon, look, is no joke. And they drew with the Black Stars. They have 3 points. Didn't lose a game. That's commendable. That's really commendable. And that obviously goes, that's a shot in the arm for CAF for increasing from 16 to 24. Because teams like Guinea Bissau didn't disgrace themselves at all.
Teams like Madagascar.
Madagascar. You know, teams like Uganda. You know, teams like Burundi. Forget about the fact that they lost all their 3 games. But I mean, I think that these teams have really, I mean, with the exception of probably maybe Tanzania, who had a coach who was always thinking about
Zimbabwe as well. They are the most annoying team
that
came
I
through the competition.
Zimbabwe lacked a lot of focus.
The Zimbabweans just couldn't convert what they created. But in terms of their passing sequence,
but the games are always nice to watch.
They were always nice to watch.
It's what makes it even more frustrating for me.
But the goals that were lacking.
They've played the best football at this competition still.
Yes, but
all kinds of flicks and tricks.
They didn't have a lot of goals to show for it.